Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm 4 minutes late starting the bride. Hey, Doug, good morning, buddy. How are you? Hey, do you want to come over and join us? Let me see if I can get you over. Um, so that you're not sort of sitting out there in the wings all by your little lonesome self. There he is. Well, at least there's a picture of. There he is. The real Doug has arrived.
Hey, Doug.
Hey, good morning.
How's it going?
Just awesome.
All right. Love to hear that.
You you ready to turn in your resignation?
Meaning?
Quit that stupid construction job.
That would be, my body would love that.
Oh no. How you making out, Doug? You making any progress?
I'm in a matter of sort of reevaluating my direction and trying to put together a system which I'll be working through you, and just trying to get in my head, I'm trying to get a logical way of going forward. I mean, obviously I can't carry on doing this construction stuff. The body is not cooperating as well as it should, but I guess that's with age. But just need to get my head into a direction that feels right for me. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Doing what everybody else does. I guess I've got to look at what's going to work for me through my thought pattern. I mean, I know it sounds like a little bit of waffling, but I'm still trying to get...
Sounds like a lot of waffling.
Well, you're right. It's trying to get my head wrapped around being able to do this with the constraints that I do have.
Yeah. So are you talking to any people yet?
I've talked to a few people. Haven't had too much, or I haven't felt like too much acceptance to pursue it. Maybe I have to learn more. No, that's not quite the right boost. I just have to be more aggressive on it.
Go ahead, Laura.
Hey, Doug.
Yes.
I was wondering if you wanted to role play with me, because I need a little bit of practice of transitioning. Like, what I'm finding out is I can talk to people and I can get to know them and not mention the business, but I want to learn, not just learn, but I want somebody to practice my transitions with.
Sure, not a problem.
Okay. Because maybe, you know, even if we do it like right here, right now, maybe Len could really help us figure out like what we could work on.
Sure. That's probably, that's an awesome idea.
Is that okay with you, Len?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Okay. So, how you doing, Doug?
Well, obviously I'm doing awesome.
You're doing awesome.
Yeah.
So I hear that you work at a construction job?
I have a renovation business. I do small one-man jobs, and that's, you know, help people out who can't do things that I can provide a service for in home repair and things like that.
Okay. That's cool. Do you do that like full time?
As much as I can, because obviously this is a seasonal business. It goes up and down, so I have to work when I can, when I have the jobs, and to bridge over when I don't have the jobs, because I work for myself.
Oh, so is there a possibility you might be looking for additional income?
Yeah, when I've got time. I mean, this is the crux that I have, is time availability to, like, usually in the wintertime is when it's my slow time, but right now I'm really busy keeping everything going.
Okay. So if I could show you how to just take a couple hours out of your day and maybe make a little bit of extra money, would that be something you'd be interested in?
Well, yeah, I have to look at all options, yes.
Okay. So I have a couple of videos that I came across that has really helped me. I was wondering, would you like me to share them with you?
Sure, I mean, I can take a look at them. Depends on commitment and costs and all that sort of thing. So, yeah, that's not a problem.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and send it to you then.
Okay, okay.
And then let's talk again, maybe after you watch them.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so Len, what do you think? How could either one of us have done that a little bit differently?
I don't know. I mean, what was wrong with what you did? What do you sense that's wrong with it?
Well, nothing. I was just looking for feedback. I guess. I mean, I don't know. I think it's easier for me because I have him. I'm looking at him,
Right.
and I think what I've realized, probably like within the last week, is if you're face to face with them, for me that's more natural than typing, because I feel like my thoughts don't come out the same as what I type, and they don't take it the same way.
Well, that's an interesting observation on your part, and maybe for you, the transition to like Facebook chat to video chat comes earlier in the game than it does normally for me. And there are people like Terry Grimal and Mark Lalonde that will tell you to just jump on Facebook video chat as quick as you possibly can. Get them on the chat. Now, I haven't found that to be as necessary, but maybe that will accelerate the process.
Okay.
So
Because I
why
thought
not?
about Yeah, because I thought about the other day when we were talking to Lexi
Lexi.
and Doug. So just to give you an idea, is I had somebody message me out of the blue. She had seen me on Toxic Talk, and she just called me and said, "Yeah, I've been thinking about wanting to know more information about your products." And so I had a conversation with her. That time it was live, because I said to her, "Let's talk live because I don't like typing back and forth." And she said, "Okay." So I got it. Now thinking back on it, yeah. So I got her on a live call, and we chatted. And so I asked her, I said, "Are you interested in the business, the products, or both?" And she said, "Right now I'm interested in the products, but maybe in the future I would be interested in the business." So I said, "Okay." So anyway, so I talked to her a little bit, and I told her, I said, it would be a good idea if you did watch the videos, because it gives you a background. Okay, so she was fine with that. Well, what ended up happening was she got a little stuck on the Canadian exchange.
Right.
Yeah, it's a brutal one, yeah.
And that was my first experience with somebody who I was trying to sell products in Canada. And I didn't realize that because we don't have a distribution center in Canada, that no matter where they live, like, they have to pay the U.S. price right now.
Well, when you live in Canada, we end up paying U.S. prices, even if the distribution is in Canada. It bumps up because of the exchange rates and everything, and we pay a lot more than what you would pay. And we're always told that the difference is our income levels, our basic income levels, and that are ostensibly higher than the norm in America. So But yeah, we get raped and pillaged up here on price on an awful lot of things, but that goes for everything.
But Doug, if you were in Thailand, you'd be paying in Thai bahts. If you were in Japan, you'd be paying in yens. If you're in Mexico, you're paying in pesos. If you're in Canada, you're paying in Canadian dollars. You're not paying more money for the product. You're just paying with a different exchange. You're paying with a different currency. You're paying the same price for the product.
Oh no, yeah, you're quite true when it boils down.
It's important. This is important. People got to get their head wrapped around that. There is absolutely no price increase crossing the border. It's just it's a different currency. So what's the current exchange rate? 1.5 to 1?
Yeah, something like that.
So a $10
item,
a 10 US dollar item is a 15 Canadian US dollar item, but it's not a 15 US dollar item.
No, I didn't say that.
I know you didn't. I'm emphasizing that to help Laura understand.
Oh, yeah.
And I need to understand that because that's exactly what I think the mindset was.
Yeah.
She was saying, well, I just want to buy it in Canadian.
Right.
And I want it to be $10 in Canadian, not $10 in US.
And that's not going to happen. And anybody that does buy something through or from another country, we all should realize that we're going to pay Canadian dollars because that's what we deal with. Our exchange rate is the difference.
On the open market.
Say that again, Len?
You're going to pay whatever the exchange rate is on the open market.
Correct. But with your income levels, we pay, the difference between the two is more prominent here than it is in America. This is our view on it. When you pay $15 for a product and you're making $10 an hour, or if you pay $10 US and you're making $10 an hour, that's what the problem is.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, if your Canadian wages aren't higher to help offset the exchange rate, then that creates a problem.
Yes, but we're getting into more of an online purchasing regime up here. There's a lot of people buying online, and there's a lot of product being sold online. To say we should get it at exactly the same dollar value as an American dollar, dollar for dollar, it's not going to happen.
No.
It's getting to be more, I would say, acceptable in the sense of, most people realize that. Well, it's still expensive.
I think what's probably happened is that the Canadian exchange rate has really moved pretty dramatically over the last, I don't know how many years. I mean, it used to be closer to 1 to 1.
Very, very short period of time, then. We were delighted, but it was like maybe 6 to 8 months, possibly high up into a year when it was in the high 90s. But it's always been this way.
Yeah. Australia's got the same problem. Australian dollars and U.S. dollars. The conversion, you go to Australia and you find out that a pizza costs $28. It's like, whoa, that better be one damn good pizza.
Well, that's true.
But it's dollars, and it's almost 2 to 1.
And it's relative to income levels too. So.
Okay, so so you would be able to answer this for me. So you're buying products, and you pay what you pay. You like for reds and greens, I think it's $90 some odd US. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm paying with my shipping and everything over $150, $160.
Okay, but so when you are paid from the company.
But Doug, that's 150 Canadian.
Yeah. Well, of course it is. Yeah.
It's not U.S. I understand.
No. There's a difference. I mean, I'm going to be talking Canadian dollars, which is going to be high in your mindset because of you a lower dollar value, not a value, dollar value.
Right.
Okay.
Sorry,
So
Laura.
now, but are you paid in U.S. dollars?
Well, when you get to a point, yes, it would balance out. You'd be the company deals in U.S. dollars. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. So then the exchange rate, either I'm assuming I could accept it and put it into an American bank account. Then I could deal in totally U.S. dollars, or I can have it brought into Canadian dollars into my Canadian bank. That's down the road. I mean, the initial problem that everybody has in this industry is the initial start. And, you got dollars going out in US dollars, dollars going out and nothing coming in to balance it out. So the sooner you can get to that transition point, the better off you are. But you're starting at all money going out. And that's the biggest problem in this industry, because this is a US-based company, and it's an MLM. You got money going out before you can get to the point with either training or your ability to run your business into an income coming in. And then hopefully the transition will be greater on the income coming in than the expenditure going out. That's the goal.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I understand that. Okay.
So it's always the dollars going out.
Have you ever considered starting a business like a franchise, a McDonald's, or something like that?
No, I can't afford that. That's $1 million just to buy the opportunity to do it. So
Yeah.
Obviously, MLM route is a far better.
Yeah, there's an important message in there to help people get over this initial. There's a few $100s involved. It's not a McDonald's is $1 million. You got to come up with $1 million to buy.
Yeah, and there's no guarantee.
You're not going to make a profit for the first 5 years.
Yes, that's quite true. Starting any business, it's going to take you time to get into a point where you are making a profit.
Now, but my challenge to you now, Doug, is me, this guy right here, Len Mooney, I am getting a check from Essante. I'm going to say every week, but maybe not every week. There might be a week that gets skipped once in a while, but almost every week. It's not a big check. It's not a big one, but it's a check. And you can do the same thing. Okay? We just need like 1 or 2 more people below you.
Yes.
And Laura, we need 1 more person. We got to get we got to find another personally sponsored and get that other side of your leg going. I mean, Laura, you're very, very close, and Doug, you're a little farther away, but not that far away.
It's the biggest hurdle is not the building of the legs. Well, that's part of it, but the biggest hurdle for me personally is, I guess, the confidence in building it, to understanding. I mean, I've been around this industry for quite a while, and I've never done anything because it's a confidence factor, and that's my own issues, which I have, pardon me, I have to bridge over. And I think I'm getting closer to that, to bridge over it, and that's my goal. Because when I can see the validity in going in this direction, will I make $1 million? Who knows? But that's the direction that I want to go, and but it's getting started.
So, Doug, do you listen to the Power Up calls daily?
When I can, yes.
Do you know you can get them on SoundCloud?
No.
Okay, because somebody else that I know, she's not able to listen to them at the 11 o'clock call, but you can also find them on SoundCloud.
Okay, then I'll have to have directions of how to do that. That's like a recording, correct?
Yeah, it's a recording, and there's also Doug Fireball. He has a radio show. Okay. And he also has recordings for that. Live or recordings.
Yeah, the most of the times when I see things, it's through a recording, because I'm up at 6. I'm usually out of the door 7 to 8 o'clock in the morning, depending on jobs, and then I'm out for the rest of the day. So things that happen during the day is extremely difficult to get onto.
Yeah. Do you drive?
Yeah.
How long do you drive to work?
Depends where the job is. Could be 15 minutes, could be half an hour, depending where it is. So.
Well, because you can also get it on your cell phone. You can get the app on your cell phone. And
Yeah.
so just a different avenue.
Yeah.
What I do when I got to pick up the girls, I got to take them to school. I got to go pick them up, and things like that. And sometimes what I'll do is I will get just a headset or like those earbuds, plug them into my phone so I'm hands free, and I load the app on my phone, and just while I'm on the way there, they're usually only like 10 minutes.
Right.
And I just go ahead and play it. So while I'm on the car, instead of, I don't really listen to the radio, but the girls sometimes listen to music, and then I just put my ear plug in and I listen to it, so 10 minutes. So that's helped me a little bit, gain a little bit of confidence.
Okay, that's...
So it might be worth trying.
Yeah,
everything you can do to build your mindset. It's all mindset. And Doug, I personally went through years of the same thing you're going through, so I really do understand it.
Yeah. And I've been kind of going through that too. So
yeah, everybody does. Everybody does. It's really okay. But the reality is, it's an old trite saying, and I've heard it so many times I'm almost sick of hearing it, but everything you want's on the other side of that fear.
Well, yeah, I can tell you stories about going over fear and things like that, physical fear, but and challenges and things. But yeah, it's getting out there and doing it, and then the fear does dissipate, but it's the fear of the fear, I think, and we're all geared that way. So it's the confidence of going over that line.
And the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Yes, that's quite true.
So set yourself a goal to pick a number. One person a day, 2 people a day, 3 people a day, whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you think you can do. And just and force yourself to pick up the phone and call somebody.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what you can do. You can just pick up the... Do you have any friends?
No. Of course I got some friends.
I want you to pick up the phone and call a friend every day. And I don't want you to talk about business with them.
Yes.
I want you to pick up the phone and just call them and say, hey, it's Doug, just checking in. Haven't heard from you for a while. Wondering how you're doing.
Without an ulterior motive.
No.
That's what you're trying to say. Just that's an interesting...
Get into the habit of picking up the phone and making a phone call.
Yeah. Okay.
That, by the way, is a strategy that several people that I know, Eric Worre, a couple other people have recommended, that if you're really struggling with the phone, we do the same thing. There's a technique that I've actually not taught in the Digging for Gold called 555, and part of the 555 is spending 5 minutes chatting up people that you already know, people that are your friends. It's again just getting into the habit of doing that sort of thing, so that you can. After you do enough of it, it starts to become easier and easier. You're picking up the phone, you're making dials, picking up the phone. Sooner or later, one of these days, you're going to have Charlie on the phone, your good friend you haven't talked to in a couple of years, and he's going to tell you he's broke and looking for something to do, and you can say, I got something for you. And the transition will happen, and suddenly you'll feel better about it.
So that's creating a platform to bridge into.
Yeah.
Yeah, just this morning I was walking with my friends at the park, and one of them asked me, didn't you go out of town recently? Which I did.
Yeah.
And I didn't bring anything up on why. And then all of a sudden I said, yeah, I did, and I'm going to go out of town soon again. And they said, oh, you are? Where are you going? And there you go. I transitioned.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't do it. They asked, because I don't really have a lot of family or friends who are interested in hearing what I'm doing. I don't.
Right.
They give me the brush off. So I don't really tell them, but now they're starting to see things on the internet and things that I'm posting and stuff like that, and now they're starting to wonder what's going on. So, and sometimes I'll actually say things and then I'll do something else and I'll leave them in they want to know what I'm doing and I just won't tell them, and I don't let that go on that long, but you know what I mean? It's like
Creating an interest.
Right.
Creating curiosity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Create curiosity.
Yeah. So, you can always call me Doug. We can always talk. Or
Yeah.
we can, I Skype, and I also do Messenger video.
Okay.
So if you have me on Messenger, right?
Probably.
I think you do. Do you know how to message? Do you know how to video on Messenger?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anytime you want to do that, I would love to practice.
Okay. That's.
Hey, I could use some practice too. You know what I'd like to figure out how to do, Laura? We're not quite there, but we're getting close. I'd like to figure out how to do live dolls on the Tuesday Digging for Gold webinar.
How to do what?
Live dials.
Oh.
Yeah. What's that mean though?
It means while we're on the webinar, we actually get somebody on the phone and talk to them.
Oh, I see. Okay.
We can do that.
Or on chat. I don't know. I have some concerns about it in terms of privacy. It's sort of ambushing somebody, calling them up or getting them on chat, and then they find out that they're on a live webinar. So
that you could be opening a huge can of worms, like you say, with privacy issues.
But wait a second. This also might be a good way to contact a friend and say, hey, we're doing this live webinar, we're learning. Would you be interested in coming on and just, and telling them ahead of time?
I'm going to talk to Terry Grimal. He does live workshops. I want to find out how he does them.
Okay.
Hey, we got to go if we're going to get on the 8 o'clock call.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, quick question. Are we still supposed to be sending in our weekly sheets?
I don't think so. No one said anything about it. I mean, the coaching program is done.
Okay. All right. Well, I still consider you my coach, so I wanted to know if you still wanted them, because I was gonna redo it.
I'd love to have them.
Okay.
I'd love to, but it's not absolutely essential.
Well, you should make it essential. It'll help us.
Okay. It's absolutely essential.
Sorry, Doug.
You never stopped doing that anyhow. All right.
Yeah.
Laura, if why don't you plan on jumping on Daily Magic, a few minutes early?
Okay.
And we'll figure out what we're doing.
Okay, we can do that. I can do that.
Now, your Daily Magic launch or thing that you're doing, that's 11 o'clock in the morning Pacific, correct? Or something like that?
10 o'clock.
Or 10 o'clock. Is that recorded or is it just...
It will be recorded. Yeah, it's a webinar, so it's recorded.
Okay.
But you have to register to get the recording. So go register.
Do you have to register each time, or?
No, one registration take you through the whole thing.
Okay. That was my concern, because if it's not recorded, then I just don't have a chance to see that. So.
Get registered.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty then. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Thanks, mate. Talk to you later, Laura.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for showing up, everybody.